right, it's the 24th of September. We're down here by the lake where we're usually down here for the steelhead runs in the spring, and just checking out some of the action. We got a couple fishermen down here. There's one guy fishing over there. There's a guy pitching some baits. He's kind of tucked in there. I just saw his cast go out there, if you saw it splash. But it looks like that from the wave action on the lake out there. Looks like that's all gravelled in. There's no access to the lake. I'm going to take a walk down there and check this out. If this ain't open to the lake, I don't know what we're doing fishing in here. Alright, so usually in the fall you have the brown trout that'll come up here to do some spawning, but it's I think the water's way too warm yet. Oh my goodness, look how high the water is here. Check this out. The water is all the way up here. This is that ramp area, I think. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, this is the concrete ramp is, I don't know if you can see it. Concrete ramp is completely underwater. That's how high the water level is here. But I'm guessing this water's too warm yet for any browns to start running. And as you can see from here, it sure looks like that sandbar, gravel bar has blocked everything off. We're going to get down there and check that out, but I'm amazed how high this water is. This ramp, this is the first time I've ever seen this ramp underwater. So let's get out there and check it out. Alright, we're coming up on the point. It's going to get a little windier here. You get this point that kind of juts out into Lake Michigan here. But yeah, I guess it's open a little bit on one side, but it's not open by that much, that's for sure. Yeah, check this out here. So as you can see, that sandbar is all filled in here, all the way across. You got a little trickle of water coming in on that far end out there. To get a different angle, you'll be able to see it here. So you got this little bit of a little creek-like action going on right here. Other than that, unless you get some heavy rains or some waves pounding over the top, fish don't have access to this water here. This is amazing. So this all filled in again, all washed up and all filled in. On the plus side, if you want, you could fish out here off of this and get out there and pitch out into the lake if you got the wind right. Today it's blowing in on you. So number one, the fact that this is all closed off, and number two, I think the water temp is still way too high for browns to be moving up here in the fall. So we'll take a walk out here a little bit. Oh my God, yeah, look at this. They fixed this, they brought sand in here too. This never was filled in as much, but you can see the point sticking out into the lake. Put up a brand new seawall by the yacht club over there. We're in the process of putting up a seawall. But yeah, this little strip here ain't conducive for steelhead fishing come spring. We'll have to keep an eye on this. We'll keep monitoring this as the year progresses and into next spring and see what happens. So you're going to do any fishing, if you're going to be productive, I'm guessing out on the point is where you want to fish. Unless you got some landlocked fish in here. Doesn't look real promising. Seems like a waste of time to be casting in here. To be on productive water rather than in here would be a better choice. So it doesn't look like too much of a productive spot at this point. And we'll keep watching that as we come into next spring for steelhead too. but right now I think we'd be better off fishing other waters. Not that you can't catch a fish in there, but you know, you want to be on more high percentage spots. With that being locked out from the lake, other than that one little trickle of water going in, to me this is not a high percentage spot to be fishing. So, and like I said, I think the water's still a little bit too warm yet. Oops, sorry about that. And like I said, I don't think this is a high productive percentage area to be spending a lot of time fishing. So you're better off to head out to more open water. So, or fish off that point where I showed you. So. All right, so we're further upstream from the lake here. I want to check out the tributary up here. This is where we usually do our spring steelhead fishing. And with the lake kind of being dammed in with that sandbar out there, I'm curious as what's going on upstream here with the water. Water seems to be flowing up here. We're just below the dam. Let's take a look at this. Okay, as you can see here, the roadway is right out here, and this goes up and goes underneath the road, and we've got a waterfall and a lagoon up on top, way up there. So the water is still moving here, but you can see the water is way down, but you got some flow going. We're going to keep heading a little further down. My guess is you're going to start seeing stagnant water due to that dam down by the lake. That makes sense as to why all that water was backed up down by the lake there, and that concrete boat ramp was underwater for the first time that I can ever remember. So heading a little further downstream now. Let's check out conditions when we get down there. Water's still moving a little bit along here, you can see. So let's keep going. A couple of ducks there, and as you can see here, the water is really starting to slow down the farther I go east towards the lake. So as you can see, the amount of water flow here is really down, contributing to less flow and stagnant water. All right, keep going. All right. And get an idea here about the water flow. We got that leaf floating, it's barely moving along, and it keeps slowing down the closer we get to the lake. So as you can see here, the stream is constricted more to a narrower path. So we got a little more water flow here. But once we get out of this and it starts to open up more, you can see the bubbles there. They're barely moving. And here again, it's a little shallower. So you got little rapids, water picks up a little bit here, but this is a spot that we normally come in and fish for steelhead in the spring. You had some deep pools out there, but like I said, the further I get down towards the lake, the more stagnant water I'm finding. And even upstream here, coming through the woods and checking out the stream where we normally fish for steelhead when they come up to spawn, I'm not liking what I'm seeing. The fact that the main lake basin area is blocked off. Water is starting to back up down by the lake. I'm seeing more stagnant ponds up here. All in all, it doesn't bode well for a fall brown trout run. If you're going to fish, you're going to fish down by the lake, and even there you have minimum access a lower percentage of availability of fish by having that blocked off down by the lake. Like you saw before, you just got this little narrow band where a little bit of water's trickling in down there, and you can see as you come up further west away from the lake how it's affecting the rest of the stream up here. The stagnant water in that, this just isn't conducive to good fishing. We may be looking elsewhere if we even try for a fall brown trout spawning run. And by far the water temperatures are still too warm for them to even start. But like I said, being retired, I try to get out here a little earlier and start monitoring conditions. And right now the conditions are telling me that this isn't going to be a high productive use of my time in the fall if I even try to do some fishing. We'll have to look for more productive areas. The other thing I am noticing as I walk around here, they have markers for wetland delineation all along here. So you can see in the spring when we really do get some rain, you can see the damage that it's done here. I think they threw this stuff in here so you're not getting the washouts, and they threw some rock in here to stop this thing from running off. You can see the markings, the pink flags hanging right along here. This could all be underwater like it was last spring early, and you know, that's a good thing for fishing. But right now I'm a little concerned about what's going on. There's another mark for the wetland, and like I said, I'm a little concerned about what's all going on here. That trail, we'll just go out this way and get up by the road here. All right, so my advice to you guys that are still trying to get some fishing in for browns and that down here in southeast Wisconsin, what I tell you guys is get out in the woods for those whitetail and be a little more productive, or get up north for muskie fishing. At least this one spot, you saw conditions. To me, percentages are not on your side here. So if you can find another spot down here, and there are many more spots southeastern Wisconsin to try, but this is kind of like our home turf. This ain't working out in the fall here. So I'll be up chasing muskies and chasing whitetail. I'll try to be a little more productive than trying to wet a line down here. So that's it for today. We'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos and my channel. A big thank you for that. Now feel free to comment below, or if you don't want your comments available in the public eye, we can also be reached at rapintoutdoors360@gmail.com. And if you know a friend you think may enjoy this video series, please feel free to share this with him or share our link. And always, whether you fish or hunt, make sure you practice CCR. Catch, conserve, replenish. Make sure that that resource is available for future generations. See you all next time.